there's something kind of weird. We got fresh spring leaves out here. It's not even spring yet. Stupid plant. Hey everybody. So I guess I'm kind of scouting my woods out here, looking for a potential cabin building site. And I think I found it. It's an area that is somewhat flat on the land here. It's not real far away from the house. Relatively speaking, I probably can't get Wi-Fi up here. So that's something I'm kind of looking forward to. Being able to unplug from everything. And I just kind of stood here for a little bit and started looking at the trees that I'm going to have to take out. And almost every single tree has something wrong with it. It's kind of weird. Well, that's kind of weird. Whatever the issue is with this poplar. It's a big old burrow up there. It looks almost like there was a cut of some sort or a break. Maybe this was growing and it broke off. And look at the ground. There's nothing down here below us. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is with this. And then I look at this cherry tree. It's all kind of crooked. And that right there, let me zoom in, that used to be a big old pine tree. And that critter's dead. There ain't nothing left in him. There's some pine cones up there. I can remember being probably 9 or 10 years old. I'm closing in on 40 right now. And I used to climb that tree as a kid. It's dead. But she ain't fell over yet. So I don't really know what the deal is here. There's some trees, saplings right there that are broke off. And then kind of as you turn around, there's a lot of this bittersweet. I think I'm still zoomed in. Hang on. There we go. Okay, this bittersweet, or honeysuckle, kind of gets into the trees and causes them to grow kind of goofy. Maybe that's what's going on. This is a really nice place in the spring to come hang out when the honeysuckle is in full bloom. It's amazing right here. Of course, there is still some road noise, but it's not really that big of an issue. I think I can get a little cabin right here, right in this area. I know it don't show up on the camera, but this is flat, and this kind of kicks up about that angle where my hand is. And then, of course, it dives over the hill. And that is south. So, yeah, just look at all the goofy trees, the way they're growing. It's kind of weird. Well, I think this might be a future site right here to make something happen. Make a nice little getaway. I always love these. I'll show you guys this stuff. These ferns. In the winter, there's always green. You just gotta find it. These little ferns right here. They're still green. And today is March 11th, I think. So, you know, they're still green. And of course, we got the moss. Moss is still doing good. Still alive. And you can see right beside it where the hard freeze kicks the dirt up. That's what happens in the frost and the freezing temperatures where we had minus 20. And it's still alive. Nature is incredibly resilient. We're not designed to be in the cities. We're not designed to wake up every single morning, go to a place we don't want to be. Yeah, of course, radio. Hang on. We're not designed to do that. Go to a place that we don't want to go, be with people we don't want to be with, do things we don't want to do, to pay for the place that we can't afford to be at all the time. Now, right here, this is peace, and this is happiness. This right here is home, man. This is where, pretty sure I'm gonna put some sort of cabin. I don't know if you can hear by my voice. It sounds a little goofy. Yeah, I don't know if you can see those right there. There's insulators. When I first come here, I thought, I'm going to fence this area in and put cattle in here or goats or something like that. And I thought that was going to be my ticket out of the rat race, having a little farm. It just never materialized. It could have been, and it still can be. And maybe it will be. But right here, this is where I'm happy. I hate driving. I hate being in loud, noisy places, all concrete and stuff. This is what I love, man. And this is, hopefully one day I'll come out of my cabin and look north. That's north. Hopefully that'll be my view every morning someday. Now, of course, once the leaves come on, it's all going to look a little different. And then it's going to get hot. But I'm pretty sure I got enough solar to take care of all that. Anyway, folks, this is kind of a spot that I guess I've kind of chosen. I hope you can hear me. I can look off in the distance and I can still see my house. And through the brush, I can almost see my garage. I can kind of see little gray spots there. So I'm not real far away, I guess, if I have to. I can go there. This little flat area here, once for about, I don't know, maybe 6 months, was a potential site of a horse barn back when I was just a pup. This was going to be the area that a barn was built on. And of course it never happened. Other things came to light. Now this is with my parents and stuff. It just never worked out that way. And I've always had some sort of attachment to this area right here. The way it looks in the spring is completely different than now, obviously. The weeds never really get very high here, and it's not a lot of thick brush walking. It's thicker than what it is now to get here. But I really think this could be a getaway site. Now, obviously, I can't harvest my own trees. That big cherry tree that's just out of the camera shop there, I can't harvest that and use that. I could, but that'd be one cherry tree. There's one beside me, and there's a couple ash trees that are dying when we had those ash borers come through. But aside from that, there's not a real lot of old growth here. There was a forest fire probably around the year that I was born, and like I mentioned, I'm closing in on 40. So 40 years, you would think, hey, that would be a 40-year-old tree would be this big, perfect size for cabin. But it took several years for the ground to recover and all that crap, and then things to grow. And there was a time where this was a cow pasture, believe it or not. So there are a lot of small trees here. So doing a log cabin is kind of out of the question unless I import the logs from somewhere. There are some, but it would just be so much work. It would be so much easier. Here comes my dog. Come on. Come on. You don't know what I'm doing out here. It's been so long since I've been out here. It's been about a month, at least, since I've been out here. Come on. Come on. Come on, stupid. Get your old hiney up here. Well, whatever. Sit there and be old. Now, another reason that I'm choosing this spot is still a north-facing hill. And for solar, I think I hear a motorcycle or something. For solar, obviously you want to be on a south-facing hill, but the way I sit here, by the time I build the cabin, I don't know if you can see where my shadows are. The sun is just over my shoulder here, and it's around, you know what, let's just look here. It's probably about 5 or something after daylight savings time. 4:58. It's Yeah, and I can't get Wi-Fi here.
The time is 17. Out.
There's 5 o'clock. Okay, so anyway, and I can't get Wi-Fi here, which is cool. That was the ham radio that was doing that. But wintertime, the sun's low in the south. Summer and springtime, the sun is more above, and it kind of does the whole thing. So that'll be cool. And there's not really that much coverage here, where my solar panels would get a good 3-4 hours of sun, I'm thinking, without having to cut a bunch of stuff down. That would work. And being this close to the house, I can still haul stuff in, building materials and whatever. And it's not really that far of a carry for heavy things like 3/4 inch plywood or solar batteries that are heavy and really suck to do anything with. Roofing shingles, if I decide to do a roofing shingle thing. You know, it's relatively doable. Now, of course, just sitting here while I'm talking to you, I've already noticed a few things that are going to be issues. This cherry tree, which is just out of shot, it'll probably have to come down. And looking around, there's a lot of scrub. This stuff that has thorns in it, that's kind of going to suck, but you know, that's not a big deal. What I have noticed is all the trees here are leaning north. That means the hillside is creeping. So, if I put a big foundation in, that's going to be an issue. Or if I do a floating foundation with, you know, just sitting on cinder blocks or something, build a cabin on that, which I probably will do. Very inexpensive, easily maintainable. Whereas, you know, if one corner sinks, I can easily jack it up and put some kind of shims under it or something. That could happen, and that could be good. And easy fix, whatever, you know, you can do that any time of the year. Excuse me. That's probably what I'm going to do. As far as a poured foundation or even pylons, not really a good thing. There are a couple bigger trees that are out of shot this way that are also not only leaning north, but they are kind of leaning east a little bit, and that could be a potential hazard with the cabin. If the cabin is built and I'm living in it and we get a big windstorm, which we do all the time here, big tree coming down on the cabin in the middle of the night could really suck, you know. So that might be a thing. Aside from all of that, I'm already liking this. I have not ever camped here, so maybe I should bring a tent up sometime and you know, just try it out. Wake up in the morning and come out and see what I see, do that sort of thing. I think that'd be neat. However, I cannot do that now where I'm working on this job. It's every hour that I have is spoken for. When I'm not at work, I'm with my kids. When I'm not with my kids, I'm at work. So this is going to be a big project, and I'm pretty sure it's going to take most of my filming efforts to make it something. That being said, I have shot 3 or 4 videos, 3 videos, edited, rendered, and ready to go. I decided not to upload them. It wasn't me. It wasn't really what Prepping Ohio is about. Had nothing to do with prepping, which a lot of stuff doesn't really have a whole bunch to do with prepping regarding my videos, especially as of late. But these ones were way out there, and I didn't think that they needed to be uploaded here. So I haven't deleted them, but I've still got them kind of on standby. Maybe I can use little clips here and there for a filler or something. You know, I'm just really man, I'm really smashed with time right now, so it's hard to do anything. It's really funny. As I was saying earlier about the trees being all goopy in this area, looking directly behind the camera, there's another one that's really stupid looking. Anyway, yeah, that's the thing. I'm gonna put some sort of a cabin here. One of the thoughts I did have was dragging that little barn thing. Excuse me, dragging it up through here. But after coming up and looking at it 5 or 6 times, it's just going to be such a pain in the butt to get that thing up here. It would be easier to just build new. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, subject to change. So anyway, folks, sorry the videos haven't been as frequent as they have been. You know, gotta make the donuts, right? On that, I will say, if everybody's enjoying this slightly warmer weather, and it looks like there is an end to the tunnel, it's going to get warmer, it's going to get nicer, and eventually it's going to be hot. So, appreciate everybody watching. All the new subscribers, I did see that there was an influx of new subscribers. Hope this video kind of opens your eyes or helps you understand what this channel is about. If not, well, stick around. You might see something cool. And if not, fuck off. I don't care, dude. I'm going to film stuff and put it up there. Hope you like it. Alright, folks. Well, hey, Sunday evening. Got to get ready for work. Well, have a good one. Thanks for watching.